New information may help investigators solve a high-profile missing person case from more than 2 decades ago. Jody Huisentruit was a television anchor at CBS affiliate KIMT in Mason City, Iowa. She was a beloved rising star until she disappeared on her way to work in 1995. Police discovered signs of a struggle outside her apartment building, but her body was never found. Jim Axelrod spoke to police about new potential leads in the investigation for 48 hours.
You are watching News Channel 3 Daybreak. The time is 6 o'clock, 64 degrees, some light showers falling in North Iowa.
This was the last viewers saw of Jody Huisentruit before the popular Mason City, Iowa anchor vanished on June 27, 1995.
We need your help. One of our news anchors is missing.
Co-workers knew something was very wrong when Jody failed to show up for her 6 a.m. newscast at KIMT TV. When police arrived at Jody's apartment complex, they discovered evidence of an abduction.
There were, in fact, a pair of shoes, some keys, a hairdryer, and some other items that were found in the parking lot in the vicinity of her car.
Good Thursday morning. Welcome to Daybreak, June.
Jody's bubbly personality had won over her viewers.
Thinking, way to go, Kevin.
Could it have also made her the target of a stalker? Jody's sister, Joanne Nathy, says Jody reported an incident months earlier.
She got shook up one day when she was out hiking or jogging on a trail and a black truck had followed her.
But the investigation also included people Jody knew. And one friend of hers, John Van Cise, put himself on police radar by declaring he'd been the last person to see Jody alive.
She was like a daughter to me. She was just like my own child. I treat her like my own child.
Back in 1995, 48 Hours was on the ground in Mason City within days of Jody's disappearance. And we spent time with Van Cise.
Honestly, she's alive somewhere. I just hope she's not hurt. I hope she's okay. I hope she can come back soon.
Van Cise denies involvement in Jody's disappearance. Police have not called him a suspect and confirm he passed a polygraph. But in 2017, police obtained a search warrant for GPS information on 2 of his vehicles.
Hi, John. My name's Jim Axelrod. I'm with the CBS News broadcast 48 Hours.
Whatever information Mason City Police may have on anyone, Chief Jeff Brinkley isn't sharing.
Why won't you talk about any specifics in this case?
I don't want to let the cat out of the bag.
But is there a cat in the bag? Do you have something?
Not completely. No. I don't think we do yet. But I think that we're very close.
Such a mystery, and Jim Axelrod joins us now. You raised this theory in the piece, but do police think that Jody may have had a stalker? And if so, is there a suspect in mind?
Well, there is this other suspect we get into tomorrow night. So in the late 90s in Minneapolis, St. Paul, there was a guy named Tony Jackson who was convicted on a string of rapes. But in June of 1995, when Jody disappeared, Tony Jackson wasn't living in Minneapolis. He was living in Mason City, and he was living 2 blocks from the TV station.
They seem to have some questions, too, for Mr. Van Cise. What exactly was his relationship with her?
Well, John Van Cise was sort of inner circle, a social pal. 22 years older. He was a seed salesman. There's a lot of questions. We spent a lot of time with him 23 years ago when Jody was abducted. We'll see that for the first time tomorrow night. I will say this. When you ask the chief, he says we're close. I think we have a different definition of what close is. I said days, weeks, months. He said not that fast.
Yeah.
So.
No, I like when you said cat out of the bag, and then it said, is there a cat in the bag? He seemed to do a little backpedal on that. I remember in that case, very fascinating story.
Sad.
Very sad story.
Poignant.
Read about that.
We'll be watching.
All of the above.
Great.
Right.
Jim, thank you. And you can watch the 48 Hours report, Find Jody, tomorrow at 10, 9 Central, right here on CBS.